will be good enough to give her the lead. (6.56 meters), and Fujita goes into the gold medal position. Next up, let's join the Bronskaya beat. Aida Bronskaya of Russia. And that's better. Bronze in the shot put of the Europeans last year in Swansea. Don't know if it'll be a runaway success for Bronskaya, but she does have prospects here. Now that Proudfoot isn't competing. 8.27 meters, and Bronskaya is in the lead. Next up, this becomes the athlete to beat. Alla Malchik of Ukraine. She's won medals at just about every major championship since the O2 Worlds in Lille. She was the world champion in the shot put in 2006, Paralympic Games champion in Beijing 2008. And that definitely seems the furthest so far. Malchik, 8.51 meters, and she goes in front.
Time now for the second heat. And the men's 800-meter T53. Marcus Sutter of Switzerland doesn't go in lane 4. The rest are all in place. Jean-Philippe Miranda of Canada will lead them out from the inside lane in lane 3. In lane 5, Vitaly Gritsenko of Russia. Li Hujiao, the gold medalist from Beijing back in 2008, will go in 6. Also has won silver here over 100, and he's a gold medalist over the 400 meters. Krunget of Thailand goes in 7. And now on the outside in lane 8, it is Pierre Fairbank, bronze over 100, bronze over this distance in 2013, and a gold and European champion in the men's 800 meters T53, as they're about to get away in the second of 3 heats here in Doha. And the loser needs to go quicker than 1:46, so the first 2 automatically qualify. But 1:46 is the time that the third place is going to be needing to look at. And getting away on the inside, Jean-Philippe Miranda has just about made up the difference already on the rest of the athletes. But in first place on the outside is Pierre Fairbank, who gets across there from France. The Thai athlete Krunget is sitting at the back at the moment, but Thailand have been very strong in the T53 and 54 categories in the men's during these games. And it is Fairbank at a reasonably slow pace there in front, so that may affect things when it comes down to qualification. 1:46 at the moment for the third place to qualify as they cruise their way down to take the bell in the second heat of 3 in the men's 800 meters T53. It's Fairbank who leads. Li Hujiao, who's in second place, and in third place it's Miranda of Canada. And it's now Li who makes a break on the outside, going around Pierre Fairbank, the European champion, and Fairbank responds and goes again. They're around 100 meters into this second lap, so we're down to 300 meters remaining. It's Pierre Fairbank in front in the automatic qualification place, and China's Li Hujiao, the gold medalist back in Beijing 7 years ago, who is in second place at the moment. But there is a real race on now, because the Thai athlete in fourth place, Ishek Krunget, is also working his way around, but then he's been left behind as he tried to make a break. It's Fairbank in first place. It is Li Hujiao of China who's in second place, and coming up in third place, but not going to get there, it is the man from Russia, Vitaly Gritsenko. That is a rather slow time for the man who wants to go through in third place. Gritsenko in first place is Pierre Fairbank, who wins in an unofficial time of 1:50.69. That's rounded up to 1:50.68. And in second place, it is Li who goes through in 1:50.79.
Yeah, it was quite slow pace there. Very pedestrian for the first lap and a half. They picked it up a little bit, and with 200 metres to go, Fairbank and Li Hu Zhao really took the speed to the rest of the field and proving they were too good and going through easily to the final.
So Fairbank went out at the beginning from lane 8. It was Miranda who did ever so well getting around to get up there into second place straight away, but in the end it just came down to a race between two athletes. Pierre Fairbank of France in first place, and Li Hu Zhao, who's claimed silver over 100, gold over 400, and he qualifies to the final of the men's 800 metres T53. A happy Frenchman indeed. So confirmation in Heat 2, Pierre Fairbank goes through in 150.68. Li Hu Zhao of China also qualifies 150.79, and Gritsenko too slow, 151.25.
In the field we have Jan Vanek of the Czech Republic.
So Fairbank wins, Lee second, and no punchline for Miranda this time. Back to the women's shot put. This is Julian Mogger from Bochum in Germany. Solid competitor, 8.72 a lifetime best this year. King with the foul in the first round, the Chinese, and Proudfoot not starting the Australian regular medalist, which opens the door maybe for Mogger to get her first major championship medal, 7.85. And at the moment for her, it's bronze. Wu King of China as we go into round 2. Silver in the shot put in the discus at the last World Championships. Gold in the discus at London 2012 and bronze in this. Foul in round 1. Something much better in round 2. Beyond 9 meters. And that's the first 9-meter throw we've seen. So that's definitely the lead. It's a white flag. 8.98 her season's best. So it's already the performance of the year from her. And the first registered throw. Nine meters, 42. And Wu hits the front. Next up, Ida Vranskaya of Russia. She's going to have to wait because it's Fujita who's next to throw for Japan. Again, that's knocking around 7 meters. Actually be a foul. Judge is going to measure. Stays in 5th place. Malchik, good throw. Heading towards 9 meters from the 38-year-old. Shot put silver in Swansea in 2014. That's an improvement certainly on her first round attempt. Only marginally, but it is better. As was just that noticeably bit closer to the 9-meter line. 8.63. Malchik in 2nd place. Julian Mogger from that sporting hotbed of the Ruhr. Dusseldorf and Dortmund and Mönchengladbach and Bochum all locked together. Well, that's an excellent throw. That puts her in medal contention. It's around 8 meters. Good rhythm, it'll be an improvement. And a fact, that will be exactly 8 meters. 4th place for her. Right now, she's 27 centimeters off a medal.
So back to the track for the final heat of 3 in the men's 800 meters T53. In lane 3, it's Mo Jomny of Great Britain, the bronze medalist in the European Championships. He's already won bronze here over 200. Outside him, it is Phongsakorn Paeo. He's won silver over 200, bronze over 400. And Brent Lakatos, the man that everyone is looking for, silver in the last championships in 2013. Hiromichi of Japan goes in 6, Kimbrough of the USA in 7, and Aminov of Russia, who goes in 8. And they get away, and Jomny gets away very quickly indeed, and he's already up there with Brent Lakatos, and Jomny moves into 1st place, and bringing up from behind there, it is the athlete from the USA in Spencer. But now out in front, it is the Thai athlete who's moved there. Paeo, who's out in front. In 2nd place, Lakatos moves in there as they come around to the 600-metre remaining mark in this last heat of the men's 800 metres T53 competition. Just remembering that the first 2 go through in this heat, and we are looking for a much faster time for those to go through if they wish to qualify from this heat to go through. 1:40.58 is the time that needs to be beaten as they come down to take the bell on this final heat. In 1st place, it is Paeo from Thailand. Up behind him, it is Lakatos of Canada. And there in 3rd place, it is Hiromichi of Japan. But coming around the outside, it is Mo Jomny of Great Britain, who's making a move now up into 3rd place. Spencer Kimbrough in 4th, but at this stage it looks like a battle in front between Phongsakorn Paeo and Brent Lakatos, with the Japanese athlete Yun Hiromichi in 3rd place, and Mo Jomny of Great Britain there in 4th, and he comes around the outside, and now the race really starts to fight on. It's Lakatos who moves to the outside. Brent Lakatos there takes the lead, and Lakatos in 1st place as they come down towards the line. It looks like it's going to be Brent Lakatos who takes the win. In 2nd place, it's going to be Mo Jomny of Great Britain, who leaves his timing perfectly until around the last 90 metres. 1:47.22 is the unofficial time there for Brent Lakatos of Canada, who goes across in 1st place. That's been rounded up to 1:47.06 down for Lakatos. And it looks as though the qualifiers are going to come from this heat. Mo Jomny, 1:47.25 for him going through in 2nd place. Hiromichi, 1:47.7. Paeo, 1:47.90.
Well, Paeo led from the front, and he really tried to do what his compatriot, we've seen a couple of his compatriots do this week already, and that's lead from the front, win across the line. But Lakatos was happy there to sit in 2nd for most of the 1st lap, and through the bell, he was getting chased by both the Jomny and the man from China. They came up to the last 200 metres to go, and the pace really lifted up and put the pressure on a couple of those boys. Lakatos too good in the end, with Jomny coming in 2nd, going past the Thai athlete in the last 50 or so metres.
So there's confirmation. It is Lakatos who goes through with Motez Jomny, and Hiromichi qualifies in 3rd place. Paeo in 4th. Aminov and Kimbrough miss out.
Competitors, including within them, is of Poland, bronze in the shot put, best of 1783 this year. So Julie Yuan of China has personal best of 1792, so the gold medals in the shot put. There are the athletes.
And just to start the morning off, you can get in touch with us. Hashtag Doha 2015 at IPC Athletics on Twitter.
And we'll bring you confirmation of the 8 who have gone through to the final in the men's 800 metres T53 in a short while, but they were the 2 qualifiers in that final heat.
And a men's throw by Wu King of China in the women's shot put F36. She's in pole position right now, and that might just be good enough to be the winning throw. It's beyond 10 meters. She increases her lead majorly, 10 meters 07. It'll be very difficult to catch her now. Uchita of Japan. Foul in the previous round, 6:56. Her opening effort. And that is around the same mark again. So she's going to stay in 5th place no matter what. That's going to come up as 6:65. Fifth place is where she remains. Bronskaya again for Russia, currently in the bronze medal position with that 8:27 earlier. Well, 8:11 in the second round, and she is bombarding around the same distance again. Again, not quite beyond that 9-meter line. But she's doing well, and she's maintaining a presence in the top 3. And she's improved by 15 centimeters. 8:42, and Bronskaya stays there.
The beat goes on for Bronskaya, but it also goes on for these athletes who are the qualifiers through to the men's 800 meters T53. You can see there Payo and Hiramuchi, who go through as the fastest qualifiers. But now we move on to the 800 meters in the T54 section. And this will have some speed on. Julian Cassidy, the defending champion from 2 years ago, will go in lane 4. Also the championship record holder at 1:35.41. Rawat of Thailand goes in lane 3. Rawat Tana has won the gold in the 1,500 metres and 5,000 metres. He's had a very busy games indeed. In lane 1, it's Liu Yang of China. Liu Chengming, also of China, goes in 2. Tana goes in 3. Cassidy, defending champion, in 4. Higuchi of Japan goes in 5. In 6, it will be Balde, the German. Alexandra Dupont of Canada, he goes in 7. And Richard Nicholson of Australia will go from lane 8.
I expect this to be a very, very fast heat, because we've already got 5 boys with sub 1 minute 34 times and only 3 going through automatically to the final.
Well, the world record holder, Marcel Hug, will go in the second semi-final, following on from this one. But this contains Julian Cassidy, the championship record holder and defending champion. And away they get, and it is Cassidy who gets away rather well, but the 3 on the outside, and Balde, Dupont and Nicholson have all got out very quickly. It's Balde who's gone out to an early lead, but on the inside there, Liu Yang of China in the red has taken the lead down the back straight. Balde is coming across to move into second, and it will be the second of the Chinese athletes, Liu Chengming, who settles down into 3rd place. Liu Chengming, of course, a winner in the silver medal category over 400 metres in the T54, but out they come around to the last 100 metres in the opening lap. It is Liu Yang of China who leads from his compatriot Liu Chengming in 2nd place, and we've seen the Chinese work so well with each other during these games. But Rawat Tana is there in 3rd place, and we know how much of a finish that man has got. He's had a superb games, winning gold already over 1,500 metres and 5,000. So it's Liu Yang who leads as they head around to the 500-metre mark. Liu Chengming is in 2nd place. It is Robert Tana in third, and Balde of Germany is making a move now around the outside. He's up into second place, remembering the first three who go through automatically in this advance to the final, and then we'll be looking for the next two fastest qualifiers. But they are bunched together as they come around to the last 100 metres. That's Liu Yang of China who leads. In second place, it is his compatriot Liu Chengming. Robert Tana is there, but it's Balde who's trying to make a move down the outside. It's Liu Yang going very far outside. It's Cassidy. Well, I'll tell you what, Cassidy's pinched second place there. Liu Yang has gone across in the winning time of 1:41.88, but I think Julian Cassidy has pinched second down the outside.
I think Tana is a bit worried here. He's had to sit up in that last 50 metres, boxed in a little bit, and he saw the man come flying down the outside, and he actually sat up, looked across, and the look on his face was, oh dear, I can't do much about that.
Well, Cassidy has taken second place. That's Liu Yang who's gone through in first in a time of 1:41.88. Cassidy through second in 1:41.90. And in third place, Liu Chengming. Well, Tana is down in sixth place, so he is in all sorts of trouble, the Thai athlete, as far as qualification through to the final goes.
It was interesting coming around past the bell. He moved up into second place, and I thought he positioned himself quite well for his power to come through in the second lap. But over there on the back straight, he got a little bit lost in the pack, and I think just boxed in on that home straight, unable to use the power we've seen from him earlier this week.
Yeah, perhaps the effort he's already put into this first week of the competition is starting to take its toll on his arms.
And perhaps the first tactical mistake we've seen from him this week.
Absolutely. Well, it was the Chinese duo who worked extremely well together there. Liu Yang, who was in the red for China, and Liu Chengming in the yellow. Balde made a bit of a break for it with around 70 or 80 metres to go to try and get up there, but he just fell away towards the end. But the man who timed his race to perfection, and the championship record holder in this event at 1:35.41, so he's got a little bit more left in him, Julian Cassidy. He managed to come across in second place. There it is as they come around. It is Liu Yang who was in first place. Liu Chengming being put under all sorts of pressure by Robert Tana, and it looked as though Tana was going to come through and take one of those three positions. But it just didn't happen as he got boxed in on the inside. He couldn't get out, and he may be in trouble. Tactically, he got it wrong as he coasted across the line, but on the outside there, almost pinching the win, was Julian Cassidy. He timed it to perfection. So confirmation, Liu Yang goes through in 1:41.88, Cassidy 1:41.90, and in third place, Liu Chengming, 1:41.99.
Classes 11 to 13 are allocated to athletes with varying...
So still in the medal positions. At the moment, it's bronze for Brunskaya, not by much. How does she shake the rest off? Say goodbye. Come on to Diraju. 8:42 at best so far. Well, that's around the same mark again, isn't it? This is nothing if not consistent. She's peppering around the same mark as 8:30. Just look at those distances today. Ala Malchik lying in second place for Ukraine. 9:06 at best so far. Now that is beyond 9 meters again. I think that's her best throw. It's clearly beyond 9. Beijing 2008 champion in this. One Paralympic Games crown and one world title back in the noughties. 9:21. And that is silver for her at the moment. And that looks as good as it's going to be, because Wu Qing comfortably in the gold medal position. Excellent 10 meters 07 earlier. She holds the championship record from Lyon 2 years ago. 10 meters 43, and that's beyond 9. Might actually be her shortest throw today. It's 9 meters 13. It doesn't shake her off the top.
So back to the track now for the second semi-final in the men's 800 meters T54. And what a field this is. Kui Yinfeng goes in 1 from China. Jake Lappin of Australia goes in 2. Garbi of Tunisia will go in lane 3. Bichnok, bronze already here over 200 meters from Russia, goes in 4. Marcel Hug, the world champion, or the world record holder, I should say. Julian Castley, the world champion, went in the opener. The world record holder, who goes in this one. Kenny Van Veegel, who's also been among the medals here at these championships, he goes in 6. Waharam of Thailand goes in 7, and Suzuki goes in 8. Just remembering, there is no David Weir due to illness in this competition. He only went in the 1500 and 5000. Gold medalist in 2008 and 2020. Kurt Burnley has gone off to New York for the marathon.
Look for these athletes to push the speed, a couple of these boys, because that last heat was a little bit slow and they'll be looking to get those fastest qualifying times.
Well, the world record holder, Marcel Hug, has gone out quickly. He hasn't won a race, whether it be in a heat or a final during these championships. Would you believe it? That is incredible for Marcel Hug, but he leads out in front at the present time in this one as they come down to the 200-metre mark remaining in the first lap of this race. So Hug leads. It is Kui Yinfeng of China who's up there in second place, and the rest are bunched with Van Veegel around the outside, and in third place at the moment looks like Waharam of Thailand, who has the third place position as Van Veegel makes a move up there on the outside. He is in fourth position as they come across to take the bell. It is Hug, it is Kui, it is Van Veegel who's come around to take third on the outside, and then Yassine Garbi of Tunisia is also there fighting out for third place. Just the first 3 who automatically go through to the final in this race, and we'll be looking at the next 2 fastest to advance to the final from this heat and the previous semi-final as well. But it is Waharam who gets down the inside there. He's in second place. Kui Yinfeng has him boxed in though. He's in second. He's moved right up there now as Kui Yinfeng, but it's Marcel Hug of Switzerland who's out in front, the world record holder in this event. This may be the first race he actually wins at these championships in any form. He's in first at the moment. Kui Yinfeng of China is in second place, but roaring down the outside to take third place, it is Bichnok of Russia. So it is first place to Marcel Hug, second to Kui Yinfeng of China, and his third to Alexei Bichnok.
Well, you said early in the race that Hug went out quite hard and sat at the front. They went through the bell at 51.32, which was a fair bit faster, I believe, than the first heat. And the Thai athlete trying to make a move down the back straight in order to move past Hug, but the Chinese and Hug responded, and Hug too good in the end.
Well, Bichnok in third place, but a new season best for Kui Yinfeng, who finished in second. And Marcel Hug, the world record holder, it's 131.12. That wasn't anywhere up near it. That was 138.81 for the man from Switzerland. But he'll be happy to get across the finishing line in first position for the first time in these championships. It's been a difficult World Championships for that man, Marcel Hug, out in front. Kui Yinfeng, who you can see in the background in the red from China, goes through in second place. But for the second heat in a row, it is the man on the outside.
And I believe Kenny Van Weegel, with a time of 1:39.36, should make it through as one of the fastest losers.
Well, that one was a little bit quicker.
Indeed.
Than what we saw in the opening semi-final. So you would suspect that both Van Veegel and Garby may be the ones that go through, but we'll get confirmation in a short time. Hoog in first place, 1:38.81. Kui Yanfeng of China just behind, and Bichenok goes through in third position. So there we are, the finalists in the men's 800 metres T454 section. And going through Kenny Van Veegel, as we mentioned, and Garby just behind him. They take the two fastest losers positions for the men's 800 metres T54 final.
So coming towards the end of the women's shot put final round, and it's Ala Malchik needs to improve by 80 centimetres in order to claim the gold, and that won't be it. Again, it's just beyond 9 meters, can't falter. Consistency overall is throwing. It actually improved towards the end of the competition, but not by enough. 9:57 is a lifetime best, and she'd have had to go quite a considerable distance beyond that, almost a meter, in order to hit top spot. So it will be silver for Malchik. 9:21 was the best from the second round. That means Wu King of China is the world champion. It's bang on 9 meters pretty much from Wu. She rounds off the competition as a world champion. They've avoided a lot of the worst heat of the week. This morning is quite mild in comparison.
But it's still another typical stinking hot day here in downtown Doha.
Very good victory for Wu King. 10 meters 07, the winning distance. She takes the gold. Celebrations for Malchik also with the silver medal. So Wu with the gold, 10 meters 07, Malchik silver, 9:21, and then bronze for Russia. Bronskaya beat the rest.
On the screen you can see men's 800 T54. It says summary, but actually that is a result of the second semi-final. But what it does show is that Kenny Van Veegel and Garby have qualified for the final on time. So Hu, Chi and Chenyok going through semi-final winners. Van Veegel and Garby also
The first of the heats in the women's 400 metres T20.
in semi-final number 1.
A race that wasn't at the 2013 World Championships. The world record holder, Barbara Novitzel, she goes in the second of 3 heats.
And this the T20 class for athletes with an intellectual impairment.
Well, Novitzel has already medalled during this competition. There is confirmation of the 34-year-old's world record set back 16 years ago, 57.48. But in this race we have 6 athletes taking part. Randolina of Russia goes in lane 3. Guerra of Venezuela in 4. The quickest of the athletes running in this with a lifetime best set this year is Hungary's Piroska Sontas, who goes in lane 5. Schweitzer of Australia, who goes in lane 6. Edström of Sweden in 7. And Mohammed Arifin goes in lane 8.
This will be very tough for all the athletes with such even PBs across the board, and only 2 going through automatically to the final.
So they all get away straight away, and it is the lady with the best lifetime record in this competition, Paralympic Santos of Hungary, who goes away in 5, but they're all very evenly matched at the moment. She's been taken up on the inside by Amira Guerra of Venezuela, who's coming through up there in line with Santos, the Hungarian. But way out in front there, it's Mohammed Arifin who leads in lane 8. Inside her, it's Edström of Sweden, who is struck right back, but it's Schweitzer of Australia who's doing ever so well around the outside with about 150 to go. But she is now moving through in Santos of Hungary into first place. In the outside, it's Mohammed Arifin. Just remembering the first two who automatically qualify is the Hungarian Paralympic Santos, who looks like she's going to go through, along with Mohammed Arifin on the outside. It's those two at the present time. Coming up in third place on the inside, it is Randalina of Russia, but going across the line there, it's Mohammed Arifin who takes first place from Paralympic Santos of Hungary in second. 1:00.45. That is a new lifetime best for Siti Nurisia Mohammed Arifin. And also an Asian record as well. So not only has she set that lifetime best, it's an Asian record as well. 1:00.43. Paralympic Santos 1:00.93 will go through as the two quickest, and also a lifetime best for Randalina of Russia, who finishes in third place in 1:01.93.
Schweitzer there went out quite fast out of the blocks, and I thought she was going to go to the front, but Arifin in the outside lane really held on to her stagger for quite some time. It was only on the second bend that Santos of Hungary went quite well moving up through the field, but Mohammed Arifin too strong in the home straight for Santos of Hungary, and coming through with the win.
The Hungarian Santos there just looked like she was going to take as she came around to the last 100 metres, but Mohammed Arifin, she went out early, but she kept the pace the whole way through. So that was something you don't see very often in a 400-metre race. They usually falter towards the end, but on the outside there, Mohammed Arifin going across in first place. And Santos, who had the fastest time of all the athletes heading into this race this season, and also a lifetime best for her, she said earlier this year, will go through anyway in second place as one of the automatic qualifiers, and the rest will just have to sit back and wait for the next two in this women's 400 metres T20. So confirmation, Mohammed Arifin goes through in 1:00.43. In second place, it is the Hungarian Santos who goes over it in 1:00.93. And third, it is Randalina. So Simplicio da Silva in the long jump competition. The T11 category, you can see there the guide who gives her the mark and tells her when to go. Her first attempt for Thalita Vitória Simplicio da Silva of Brazil.
A lifetime best of 4:46 for this Brazilian. See if her first round attempt is anywhere near that. Oh, that's quite good, 4:31.
So 4:31 for Simplicio da Silva lifts her up into second position. Also runs on the track. We've seen her in action in the track events in this competition as well. You can see the guide there. The T11, of course, completely blind with the face mask as well to make sure that it is a fair competition. That's Nguyen of Vietnam. Well, that's not too bad, is it, Evan?
No, it's not, and you'll see that they're using the chalk there on the track to mark where the athletes need to jump from. They jump from anywhere on that chalk, and they'll be measured from where they jumped, because obviously in the normal long jump they have the plasticine and make sure there's no fouls. Everyone has to jump from exactly the same spot, but it is much more difficult competing when you can't see where you're supposed to be jumping from.
So what does Ngaya's opening jump yield?
And that
398 takes her up into 4th position.
The first 2 getting through automatically to the final. And the next 2 passes. So this
Time now for the second heat, and the women's 400 metres T20, the reigning world record holder Barbara Nowickiel of Poland, who's already won gold over 800 and 1500, looking for the treble, with the 400 goes in this second heat. In lane 2 from Russia, it's Kanafieva. Of Japan, Isagaki in 3, Nowickiel goes in 4, Gonzalez of Venezuela in 5, Kirkov, who's won bronze over 800 of the Netherlands, goes in 6, Kerestesi of Hungary in 7, and Teruzzi of Argentina will go in lane 8.
And you'd expect Nowickiel of Poland to be taking this one out with the speed.
And Nowickiel gets away at a cruisy speed in lane 4. She is a strong finisher, but getting away on the inside, it's Kanafieva of Russia, who's made a very fast start. There's a yellow already on the first corner, so it looks like one of the athletes has already pulled out of this competition. But it's Nowickiel who's making a move down the back straight now with around 220 metres to go. Nowickiel there on the outside. It's Hungaria's Erika Kerestesi, a silver medalist in the European Championships last year over the 400 metres, who's in 2nd place, and they are way out in front at the moment. Nowickiel in 1st place as she moves around the last bend in the 100 metres remaining in this second heat of the women's 400 metres T20. Remembering it's the first 2 to go through. Nowickiel has just slowed up. She realises she's going to go through. In 2nd place, it is the Hungarian Kerestesi, and Nowickiel is just having a look across, and this is a Sunday afternoon jog at the moment for the world record holder. She goes across in 59.78. In 2nd place, it is the Hungarian in Kerestesi, and coming across in 3rd place there, it is Gonzalez of Venezuela. But that was very easy, 59.76 for Barbara Nowickiel.
As you said, 59.76, that's not too far off her own world record, a couple of seconds, but she was making it look easy, her world record being 57.84. That race there, the Hungarian led out from the front, and I thought that was very brave going up against Nowickiel like that. But Nowickiel happy to relax quite some in the first 150 metres, making her move halfway down the back straight, and then again relaxing with probably 30-40 metres to go.
Yeah, 59.76. It was a quick time indeed, and she was having a little look with around 100 metres to go, Barbara Nowickiel. So she's going for the treble. If she can win this to add to her 800 metres and 1,500 metre titles, it will be quite some achievement for the Polish athlete, who holds that world record dating back to Seville in 1999. She is some runner. She's got a smooth rhythm, and she took off early, and she just coasted across the line in the end, looking like she was in a training session. So she'll go through in 1st place. It was a lifetime best as well for the lady who went across in 2nd from Hungary, Erika Kerestesi, and also lifetime best for Gonzalez and Kanafieva, who took 3rd and 4th places. But the winner in 59.76 is Barbara Nowickiel.
So we're heading back to the women's long jump T11. Total visual impairment, so it's all down to the guides. cost of Brazil. Met the board so sweetly. Looked to have got everything right. 5:20 is her lifetime best, came this year, and it's only 100th outside the world record held by Purificación Ortiz from 1997. Her championship record goes back to 94 in Berlin, which would have been the first one. That was a great landing, and the board was met perfectly. The measurement going from the tip of the toe all the way through to the first indentation in the sand. A lot of chalk dust. $4.97. That is 3 centimeters away from the long-standing championship record. She's in the lead. Brilliant effort, and that was into a slight headwind as well. Minus 0.8. Ronja Oja of Finland is next, the European bronze medalist in 2012. 4:24 in the first round, which was very solid, had her in the medals for a little bit. Good attempt too. 4:29 is a lifetime best, and again that's set this year. Just about got the chalk dust, which counts as the entire landing board. Had she taken off before it, then the measurement would start where the chalk begins. She'd have given a lot away. Now, does that move her up? Well, 4.30 is a lifetime's best, but it is 4th place for the Finn.
Women's 400 meter T20 heat 3 is next on track.
So the final heat in the women's 400 meters T20, the fastest time so far, 59.76 from Barbara Novitzel in the second heat. In this one we have the bronze medalist from the European Championships in 2014, Diona Biaxi of Hungary, who goes, and also the European champion next to her of Netherlands, Marianne Verdonk. And the cut-off time for fastest qualification, 2 need to advance from the 3 heats, is 1:02.41. So finish outside that and you are in trouble indeed. Unless, of course, you finish first or second. Santos of Portugal in 3. Hasakova of the Czech Republic in 4. Melok of Poland in 5. Biaxi of Hungary in 6. Verdonk of the Netherlands in 7. And Izlevecka of Ukraine, who goes in 8. And they were away, and Izlevecka was quite slow getting out of the blocks, and already coming up on her inside is the European champion Verdonk, and she's just about caught up with Izlevecka on the inside, and it is that lady there, Verdonk, next to Izlevecka in lane 8, who lead as they go down towards the 200-metre mark, all bunched up on the inside from there. Melok of Poland is making a move through, but at this stage it's the outside lane from Ukraine, Izlevecka, who leads, from Marianne Verdonk, the European champion, next to her in lane 7. But moving through very quickly indeed, it is Melok of Poland, the silver medalist, over the 1,500 metres. She has taken the lead as they move down. It's a fairly easy effort at the moment for both Melok, who's out there in front, and the Ukrainian Izlevecka on the outside. And I think Izlevecka may have just pinched it. That was very close, but we definitely know who has gone through. It's Melok and Izlevecka who go through as the first 2. But Izlevecka there, she got out slowly out of the blocks, but she certainly had some good speed and good consistency. She went through that 400 metres, Evan.
Yeah, I thought Verdonk, the athlete on the outside, or second from the outside, I should say, moved quite well over the first 250 metres, but as they went down that bend, the top bend, Mellock really moved through the field, coming to the front and continuing down the straight in much the same fashion as her compatriot in the heat earlier.
Well, Izlevecka goes across. There you go. Izlevecka goes through 1:00.18 in a lifetime best. Mellock goes through qualifying in 1:00.19, and Verdonk in 1:02 goes through as a fastest qualifier. So the European champion will stay in this competition and go through to the final. But there is Mellock of Poland, stretching the legs out towards the end. She realised she was going through in one of those top two places. She was pipped to the post by Izlevecka, but it didn't matter because those two are both going through to the final, along with Marianne Verdonk, who took third. So confirmation of that, with Marianne Verdonk qualifying there in 1:00.02 exactly. And Mellock and Izlevecka will go through as the automatic qualifiers, a lifetime best for Mellock in second place. So there is the final positions with Randalina and Verdonk going through as the fastest losers to the final.
Is the 7th throwers, and she's gone further, 20.98, to increase her lifetime best.
Now we're going to move to the women's javelin. It's the F-34, this in the cerebral palsy categories. Seated javelin it is, and 4 throws at a time. Lucina Konobis, we're seeing at the moment throwing. 6 to throw. She's the first. So that puts her into an early advantage, but can she hold on to it?
So last throw coming up then for Zhao Lijuan, leading with 20.98. She's got more than a 2-meter lead on Luciana Konowicz of Poland. And then Francis.
So back to the women's T11 long jump, and it is Victoria Carlson from that great jumping nation of Sweden. Good contender for a medal she is. Reigning European champion and silver in the previous Europeans in the Netherlands. Met the board well, the chalk. Guide will instruct when to accelerate, when to prepare to take off, and when to launch. Foul in the first round, but this a lot better. It takes a little bit longer to get the measurements up in this event because of the chalk. And it is manual measurement, but 4.34 meters. And Carlson goes into the bronze medal position for Sweden. Quite obviously from Brazil, Salvatini, Spoladare, and the reigning world champion too. Still only 19 years old. That's spectacular. 24.75. Round one leader. And then fell back to second. Lifetime best. Oh, that's a foul. Guide got out of the way. She didn't launch in time. This one of the events where the guide would also be a coach. Not in every situation, but there you go. Overstepped, and that was it. Red flag. She was just looking to take her launch, just slightly too late. But she's still in the medals, and it's still silver for Salvatini Spoladare for the time being. Lifetime best in the first round. She's still second.
Onto the track and the men's 200 metres T11, first of the semi-finals, with a man called David Brown, a gold medalist already over 100 metres. Will go from lane 3. He's also the world record holder. He set that last year in Walnut in California, 22.41. That best time is a season best of 22.70. It's the winner who goes through here in the semi-final, and then it will be the two fastest losers. Camelea of Angola goes in 1. Brown of the USA will go in 3. Daniel Silva of Brazil will go in lane 5. He's the gold medalist over 400 metres at these championships. So silver over 200 in London 2012 and bronze in Lyon in 2013. And in lane 7, it is Gerard Descadega Puigdeval, who was a silver medalist over 400 metres at these championships, and also in Europe. Last year, he was a silver medalist over 200.
And if you watch closely, David Brown, one of the casualties of my rap battles this week, him and his guy will both be wearing pink armbands, both families having been affected by the disease. For breast cancer awareness, both families being affected by the disease.
Gerard Descadega is in 7. Just to be a short place in the final. Here we go.
So the athletes just getting ready, the guides getting them into place. The T11 category is a complete visual impairment, and they run with a blindfold aided by a guide, which is compulsory in the T11 category.
If all goes to plan in this race, I would expect Jerome, Avery and Richard Brown of the US to go do it easily, and off they are.
And it's Brown who gets away very quickly there in lane 3, trying to add 200 metres to his gold. He's already won over the 100 metres. David Brown has a yellow flag that's gone up down there at the turn for the 100 metre mark, so it looks like an athlete may have gone out of their lane. David Brown in first place at the moment. Next to him, it's Daniel Silva of Brazil who goes through in second. 22.86 is the time for David Brown, who goes through and takes the opening semi-final of 2 in the men's 200 metres T11. That's an unofficial time though, because there was a yellow flag. Daniel Silva at the moment in 23.04 is in second position, but we'll have to wait and see what the yellow flag is for. It looks like it probably is for an athlete who may have gone out of their lane, as we await the replay.
Richard Brown of the US with his guy Jerome Avery doing quite easily there, I think. And there's some action tight on the lines here.
Well, it might be even the man who finished in second place, Daniel Silva. He's won gold over 400 and will be hoping to go through as one of the next 2 fastest qualifiers.
And then you see the pink armbands of the US team.
David Brown and Jerome Avery in support of breast cancer, wearing the pink sweatbands on the wrists. We'll give you confirmation of that result. You saw Silva there slightly going out of his lane, but
to the right, which is to the outside of his lane. He hasn't impaired the other athlete there, so he could be fine.
Well, Puigdevall.
But two yellow cards coming in that. One on the bend and one on the straight.
Descarrega, Puigdevall. He was running on the inside there of his guide, and you had Silva who was running on the outside of his guide, so it may have got a bit tricky. But let's get back to the javelin, shall we?
So the seated javelin, this is Zhu Li-Huan. Second round throw, she won gold in the shot put. Gold in the Asian Para Games last year, the Chinese. Had a brilliant week here. All 6 throws coming at once, and she's in the lead already. 19 meters 58 with a first round throw as a lifetime best. 17.53 the follow-up, and that looks to be beyond 20 meters. She's clearly the one to beat, but will anyone get past her? Only one throw after this, Moroccan Moody. .20 meters 98, and Zhu is well on the way to victory. Good rhythm from the Chinese thrower. 21 years old. .17.68. They look set for another gold medal. It's the most successful athletics campaign ever. Fingers beginning to hurt a little bit now. But she's on the way. 18.25. Zhu will win.
For you, the Metuko of Turkey goes in 1. And the silver medalist from the 100 meters, Felipe Gomez of Brazil, is in 3.
Time now for the second semi-final in the men's 200 metres T11. We're still waiting for confirmation of the opening result with a couple of yellow flags, so we'll bring that as soon as we can. David Brown went across the line in first place in that, but an unofficial time of 22.86 so far. But on the second of the semi-finals, we've got the man who won gold in London 2012 in lane 3, Felipe Gomez. Mehmet Tunku goes inside him from Turkey in lane 1. Shikongo of Namibia in lane 5, a silver medalist 2 years ago in Lyon. And Timothy Adolph, the European champion and bronze medalist already at these championships over 400 metres, will go from lane 7.
Expect the speed in this race to come from the centre 2 lanes, with those boys both running quite good PBs compared to the inside and outside lanes.
So Tunk of Turkey goes in 1, Gomez of Brazil in 3, Shikongo of Namibia in 5, and Timothy Adolph of France in 7. And the way they get at the first time, and it is Adolph who gets out quickly on the outside, but Shikongo, who's working his way up ever so quickly, who goes around into the lead. But on the inside of him, it is Felipe Gomez. It is a 3-horse race at the moment. It is Gomez who leads from Shikongo, who's in second, and Adolph on the outside will take third. That is the order they finish in. Brazil in 1, Namibia in 2, and France in third place. An unofficial time of 23.07. It's now being confirmed as 23.07 for Gomez of Brazil. So he qualifies automatically. Shikongo in 23.24. At this stage will go through as a qualifier, and Adolph goes across in third place in a time of 23.07. 1:49.78 seconds.
So 2 boys there in that heat with similar PBs, personal bests, and Gomez and Shikongo of the middle 2 lanes really pushing the speed, but Gomez coming into the home straight in the front, and Shikongo just couldn't catch him, and that means Gomez will take that 1 automatic qualification through to the final, and Shikongo, although coming second in the race and pushing hard, he's now going to have to wait with crossed fingers to see if he can make the final.
Well, he's a silver medalist from 2 years ago, is Shikongo of Namibia. Gomez has already won silver over 100 metres at these championships. He's the Paralympic champion as well over 200 metres. And there is confirmation. Gomez goes through in first place in 23:07. Shikongo 23.24. Adolf in third, and Tunk is out of it, down in 4th position.
And there are the athletes on the screen for you, and they include from Russia, Nikita Prokhorov, the world record holder, the championship record holder, the defending champion, has a best of 15:37 this season, but Wei Menlo of China.
So Zhu Luhuan wins the javelin.
1968, he's drawn 4.
Does the double for China, won the shot put also. Cornevis of Poland in second place, and Hermann takes the bronze for Germany. Finished 4th in the European javelin last year, so that an upgrade. Sun has come out now, certainly, and the temperatures have risen. Crowd intelligent enough to be in the shade. Only place to be in a morning like this.
45 and F46 classes, the arms are affected by amputation, comparable impairments that result in equivalent activity limitations.
Well, the action has been frenetic and it's been hot on day 8 of 10 here in Doha at the IPC Athletics World Championships. The morning session and the evening session, which gets underway at 4 o'clock this afternoon, taking us through until around 10 o'clock local time. And then we'll have 2 more afternoon evening sessions to come on days 9 and 10 to round off what has been a fantastic IPC Athletics World Championships in Doha in 2015. There's been world records, there's been championship records, there's been personal bests, and today I can tell you the wind has changed. It was coming out of the northwest for the past few days. Today though, as I look across towards the flags, it's coming from the southeast. Well, I never. In the home straight as they come around, it won't be great. In the back straight, it'll be fantastic. For anyone who's in a 400 or 800 metre race or anything longer, there is quite some headwind at the moment as they come around into the home straight. But if athletes get the win, like that man David Brown, I don't think he'll mind at all.
T12 athletes have a higher visual acuity than T11 athletes. All have a field of
I think David was disappointed not to pick up a new world record in the 100 metres, so hopefully for the final he can get a nice tail breeze and we'll be able to see something special. Here we go.
We'll stay with the 200 metres. This time though, it is a T12. The man who was the 2013 champion and is the world record and championship record holder, Mateusz Michalski of Poland. He now is in the T13 category. And he holds both those records, as you can see. But we have 4 runners in this. In the T12, they can decide to go with a guide or without. They've all decided to go without a guide. So we have Cheryev of Uzbekistan who goes in lane 1, Loganov, the bronze medalist in 2013, and also the Europeans last year from Russia. He goes in 3. Savon Pineda of Cuba in 5. Already a gold medalist in the 100, and Kuzmin of Russia, who goes in 7. Well, don't forget Omar Duran, who won the 100 metres in the T12 category. She runs with a guide. She was only 0.99 outside the able-bodied world record in that. But these guys are all going without guides, and it is the Cuban Savon Pineda who gets away very, very quickly indeed as they come around into the final 100 metres. He leads by about 2 or 3 metres from Kuzman on the outside, but pushing through, it's Loganov who's coming through in second place. It is a battle on between the two Russians. Loganov takes second, Kuzman goes across in third, but in first place it is Leno Savon Pineda who goes across in an unofficial time of 22.64 seconds. That's been rounded up to 22.63, and he qualifies for the final. 22.63, the battle was on for second place. It was Loganov who took it from his compatriot in Andrei Kuzman. So they'll be waiting now 23.24 for third place for Kuzman. In second place, 23.07 for Loganov.
As you said earlier, it is personal preference as to whether a boy or female, for that matter, in the T12 class would like to run with a guide. We did see Durand running with a guide, but it is much easier for some of the girls to find a compatriot because they need to be from the same country and they need to be able to keep up with them. So these boys may be struggling to find someone to run with because they are running very decent times. 22.64 there for Savon Pineda as he cruised, absolutely demolished that heat. And yeah, very, very hard to find someone with even speed sometimes.
Well, there is confirmation of the opening semi-final. Leno Savon Pineda, look at that win, minus 4.1. Well, on the opening days, we had wins of +4. Now it's minus 4.1. I said the wind had switched direction. It was out of the northwest. It is now out of the southeast and coming directly into the athletes' faces as they come down the straight.
Minus 4.1 there, making Savon Pineda's 22.64 even better.
Men's club throw at 51. This is a seated category, and it is Zeljko Dimitrovic, the reigning Paralympic Games champion, former European champion from 2012. Now that's knocking around. As you can see, the world record distance, he holds that. Set to London 2012 of 26.88. And that is 26.29. 3 throws in a row. And if you want to join the conversation on Twitter, hashtag Doha 2015. At IPC Athletics for the latest news as it happens. The website doha2015.org with live results and us with live pictures. Great week for China. 10 gold medals in Lyon, and here they've hit 32, more than they have ever achieved at any international athletics championship. 61 medals in total. And if you consider there were, what, 50 gold medals at the Olympics of Beijing 2008 across all sports. Russia, next best, half the tally of golds with 16. United States with 10 golds, along with Great Britain. Marginally more medals across the board. Poland, Tunisia, Australia, 7 gold medals each. 21 medals overall for Germany, 6 of them gold. Another fine parasport nation. Cuba with 6 golds. Brazil, normally very strong. Normally, Guilhermina will win 3 golds. And instead of Saul of Brazil with 3 this time. 23 medals in total, though. They're still on the podium, just not on the top step. Ukraine, Iran, among those with 3 golds also. And across the road, that's where the tower starts, in a spiral.
Back to the track we go for the second semi-final in the men's 200 metres T12. Luis Goncalves of Portugal. Winner over 400 metres will go from lane 1. Jonathan Ntutu will go from 3. He was disqualified in in the heats of the 100 metres for breaking early. Thomas Ulbricht of Germany goes in 5. And Trikulic, who's already won bronze over 100, will go from lane 7. So the first heat has been confirmed. Savon Pineda in a time of 28.63. Who takes that? And the way they get, and it is Ntutu of South Africa who gets away quickly, but on the outside of him is Thomas Ulbricht of Germany, who's just in front. But look at Trikulic on the outside. They come round in a group of 3. Gonçalves back in 4th place, who's out of it. Trikulic on the outside. The first to go through automatically, but coming through on the inside there, it is Jonathan Ntutu of South Africa. And Trikulic may have just got 2nd place on the outside, but Ntutu in a time of 22.91 seconds. He goes through to the final automatically as winner of the 2nd semi-final. Well, that was tight for 2nd and 3rd. It may come down to hundredths and thousandths of a second to see who does qualify for the final. It's Trikulic in 22.99 who goes through in 2nd place. But that was a very, very tight race indeed, Evan.
It was indeed, and the Ntutu there, as you see, taking off quite fast. He used to be a T13 athlete, and he's moved down to the T12s, and I think he's having a ball. Jason Smith also moved down, but moving back up to the T13, so leaving it for Ntutu to take that race there.
Well, Ntutu wasn't having a ball when he was disqualified from the 100 metres, but he is having a good time of it there in the 200 metres. Redemption, perhaps, for the man from South Africa as he goes through to the final. And the men's 200 metres T12.
And I'll tell you what, if we get a shot of Ulbricht in lane 5, I think we've found a doppelganger for one of the Australian boys.
There is confirmation, and Ntutu in 22.91, and Trikulic and Ulbricht go through in 2nd and 3rd as the fastest qualifiers to the men's 200 metres T12 final. Savon Pineda in 1st place, 22.63, and Ntutu winning his heat but going through 2nd. Trikulic and Ulbricht make up the 4 finalists. But let's look at the T11, shall we? That took place beforehand, the men's 200 metres T11. There was some controversy there with a yellow flag, but David Brown goes through in 1st place. Daniel Silva as a fastest qualifier. Gomez going through, and it is Shikongo who goes through as the 2nd of the fastest losers. That will be some final indeed.
Now another field event has just started in the past few minutes. It's the men's shot put. And this is F46. One of the arm amputee categories. Mansurbayev of Kazakhstan. A solid throw. Only 5 field events this morning. That's the last to start. 14.14 is lifetime best, which would be good enough for a medal at the moment. That won't be just yet. 12 meters 49, 4th place for him. Kazakhstan compete in European athletics, but in the Asian Games. Now the reigning European champion. Won the last 2 titles, Dmitro Ibragimov. Bronze in the discus here this week, and silver in the shot put at the last World Championships in Lyon. Very competitive here, lots of medals went down through the years. And Ibragimov's throw is solid.
عدم شانس ها ما في مدلة ما في شيء أنا فكر أنا
Should get him into the medals for the time being. We may need a few more centimetres to hang on. Around the 13-metre mark. He is the world record holder, 15.69, and Ibragimov 13 meters 70.
Classes T35 to T38 are allocated to athletes with...
Let's move now to the women's 200 metres category, the T37.
The ability to control legs, trunk, arms and hands.
Classes T35 to 38 is a coordination impairment involving the arm, leg and trunk. So in this one though, it is going to be the first of two heats with the first three to go through. Johanna Benson of Namibia in 3. She was a gold medalist in 2012 and a bronze medalist at the last championships, to the lady who would go in the second of the heats, Mandy Francoise Ali. Benson will go in 3, McLaughlin of Great Britain in 4, Scaroni of Argentina in 5, Li Yingli of China in 6, Seifert of Germany in 7, and Zaposhnikova of Russia, who goes in 8.
And in the second of these heats, we will see Kadina Cox, who has won in a great style in the 100 metres already.
Yeah, world record for Kadina Cox in that, but she'll go in the second. In the first here, it is the Chinese athlete Li Yingli who's got away to a very quick start indeed. Jenny McLaughlin of Great Britain has also got away fantastically, and it's those two who lead as we go around into the final bench. Zaposhnikova, bronze over 100 metres. She's making a move for it as well down the outside, and it's slightly taken the lead from Li Yingli of China in second place, and it is McLaughlin who's going to go from third, but it is Li Yingli who takes the win, with Zaposhnikova pushed into second place in the last 10 or so metres. 29.61 is the unofficial time. We'll just wait for confirmation of the official time, but it is Li Yingli in 29.60 that has been rounded down to. She goes through in first place, does the Chinese athlete, but also going through Zaposhnikova, 29.69 for her in second place, and McLaughlin of Great Britain will take that third qualifying position in 30.15. They will move through to the final.
Well, wasn't that a to and fro race for just a heat? I mean, wait till the final where we have all of the girls going through, but Li Yingli coming out of the blocks like a bullet and in the lead as we moved to the later stages of that bend. But coming onto the straight, it was Zaposhnikova who really took the lead, and I thought she was going to run away with it. But how exciting when Li Yingli came back over the top of her to take the first spot.
Yeah, with about 110 metres to go, just a second and a quarter off the world record was Li Yingli. That was set in Lyon 2 years ago. But it looked like McLaughlin was coming through on the inside and was going to get up there amongst the first two. As it is, she goes through in third place, does the British athlete. There it is, she's in third in 30.15. Above her, Zaposhnikova of Russia, and yet again, the wind not doing any favours to Li Yingli. She just missed out on a world record. Imagine if that was plus 1.9 or plus 2. That would have been legal, and that would have helped her out.
Well, we've got the women's 100 metres T44 in the next half hour. Lefeur and Van Rijn in individual semi-finals. Would be nice to have the wind at the backs, considering they've both been sensational this week. Hu Shenbao, gold in the discus. Can he do the same in the shot put? He's well in contention. That's a long one. That's beyond 14 metres. He's a 15.57 thrower. Just to clarify, Ibragimov, by the way, he is a 15-metre thrower himself. He said earlier the world record holder. That's Prokhorov now, 15.69 from Lyon a couple of years ago. But who could take the title here, maybe? 14 metres 14. It's solid, it's long. For Germany, Matthias Schulze, bronze in the last two major championships, the Europeans in Swansea last year, and Lyon at the last Worlds in 2013. Matthias Schulze, 14.72 lifetime best, 14.16 this year. It's right on the 14-metre line. It's going to go down as a foul, actually. Just stepped out at the wrong time. Gold line is the world record mark, 15:69, but Schultz have to plan again. So the reigning Paralympic and world champion and world record holder and championship record holder, Nikita Prokhorov of Russia. .15.05 in the opening round to lead. And that looks even longer, and that's very close to the world record line. 15:37, his season's best. 15:69, the world record he set in, winning in Lyon a couple of years ago. It's only barely, what, 30, 40 centimeters down. Very close, increases his lead. 15 meters 36 centimeter away from his season's best.
China now relegated to silver. Hu Zhangbiao of China in third with 14.14.
Heat 2 of the women's 200 meters T37 features the 100 meters champion from Great Britain, Kadina Cox, but she is a DNS and she doesn't start.
The women's 200 meters T37.
And there is the absent lane 4 as a result.
There'll be no lane 4
Means
or
the
lane 7
double
here, so lane 3, 5 and 6 will run this
is
200
unachievable
meters
for her
to
now, I
women's
fear.
T37.
There may be a good Polish prospect here.
Yeah, there will indeed. It's Marta Langner who goes from lane 5, but the world and championship record holder, Mandy Francoise Ali, will go from lane 7. China on the inside, they've been impressive during these championships. Kwao Yung Hang, Kadina Cox, the world record holder over 100 meters after winning gold, will go in lane 4. So away they go. And it is just the 3 athletes with Cox pulling out there at the last moment. So Kwao Yung Hang will go in 3. And she is up on the inside at the moment. It's the Polish athlete, Martina Langner, who comes through in lane 5, but coming through on the inside there, it's Kwao Yung Hang of China, who has the lead as she comes down towards the home stretch. It's Border of Germany in 2nd place, and coming through in 3rd, it is Marta Langner, but 31.43 is the winning time. So all of them will go through to the final. The question is, in what order they finish in will give them a better lane. 31.42 for Kwao of China. All 3 of them going through. Border of Germany in 2nd place in a time of 31.72.
Well, those have to be late withdrawals, by the way, for Francoise Ali and Cox. Arguably the 2 biggest names in the field. Now, Isabella Forder has won lots of major championship medals in her time, but Cox and Francoise Ali have been very successful in the 100 meters. Francoise Ali, the European champion, Cox now the world champion over 1, but had a good finish for Kwao Yung Hang of China to claim this 200 meters semi-final. So Kwao wins, 31.42, further in 2nd place, and Langner takes 3rd. They all qualify. Cox and Francoise Ali are DNSs.
Certainly going to be a good one, Lee. As you say, 29.60. Sakatinskaya is going to be there or thereabouts as well. So that's going to be a classic China-Russia battle, that one. There's a good China-Russia battle going on in the
So Lee, the fastest, Safaznikova 2nd, And the fastest losers, Benson and Scaroni, from the opening heat. Francois Elie and Cox will see if we can chase up why they went to the start line, but we believe quite last minute in both cases. Let's return to the men's shot put on Wai Long. Silver in the discus here for China. This is second attempt, 1568 thrower this year. 15-20 in the opening round, and maybe 15-20 again. I was heading towards the world record line again. That could go today. It's one of 5 major championship medalists in this. 15-21, he improves by a centimetre. Stays in the silver medal position behind Prokhorov. Women's long jump, T11, Victoria Carlson, 4th round, 4:34 so far. Little wavery at first on the runway, but then straightened up thanks to the support of her guide. We saw Lex Gillette go very wayward and land on the measuring board during the men's final on the way to gold, but he's subsequently told us he's okay. No long-lasting injury there. And you can see how far that results board is, by the way, from the centre of the pit. And we're talking about athletes who are completely blind, and they have the blindfold on as well, just to make sure with regards to this category. Next up, the spectacular world champion Salvatini Spoladore of Brazil, 4:49. It's her season's best going into it. Then went out to 4:75 in the opening round for a lifetime best. Improved that mark by 17 centimetres. Brazil 1 and 2 at the moment. So this is a 4th round attempt. Oh, she has gone very wayward off the track, but she recovered in time. Now she pulled out because obviously the confidence wasn't there that she was going to land in the sandpit. It was obviously a call from the guide to try and straighten up, and it's obviously a split-second call as to whether you put yourself fully into the jump or you withdraw a bit, and she withdrew. She'd actually been okay if she'd gone all the way through. She got back on track, straightened up, but she pulled out. It really is a leap into the unknown. So that's in the end ended up being 3.5 meters, 3:46, with a lifetime best coming in the first round, and she stays in the silver medal position. And you'll see the wind with a 0 reading. Here's the other Brazilian who leads, Silvânia Costa de Oliveira. 5:20, a lifetime best set this year, which was a centimetre outside the world record. There she's on track, certainly. A major jump, 4:97 in the second round. The championship record dates back to 1994 in Purificación Ortiz of Spain. It came in Berlin in the very first World Championships. Used the chalk pretty much to perfection. They'll start the measurement from the tip of her toe. It was good. Just below 5 meters last time out, 3 centimeters below the championship record. Finished 6th in the long jump. 2 years ago, semi-finalist in the 100 meters in Lyon. Five meters 04 is a new championship record. It's pretty much one of the oldest records in the championship book, but it's now got Brazil 1 and 2. This is Elisa Montonen of Finland. Bronze in the Europeans last year in Swansea and bronze in the 2011 Worlds in Christchurch. Montonen with 4 meters exactly in the opening round. That looks like it will be an improvement. We're into round 5 now. Montonen, a very good track star as well. Silver in the 400 last year. 4th in the 200 meters. That's 4 meters 11, and she is 6th into a headwind.
Well, they're enjoying it, as we are as well at these championships.
Now going into the women's T13.
It is hot.
1 and 2.
That is true.
Deadeye of Italy. With the unique blindfold. She's landed well. She's of Albanian extraction. Deadeye, excellent last year at the Europeans in Swansea. Silver in the long jump, silver in the 200, bronze in the 100. Lots of energy. That's why her friends call her Duracell. .406 in the last round, putting her up into 7th place. 3:94 instead. 4:19 is her lifetime best. I would have a 6th.
Well, there are 8 races remaining in the morning session on the track. 7 after this one, the first heat in the women's 100 metres T13. Antonine Keita of France, gold over 400 here, goes in lane 3. Ben Harmer of Morocco, bronze medalist in this event back in Lyon in 2013, will go from 4. Zhu Lin of China in 5. Ilse Hayes of South Africa looking for the 100 and 200 double. She won gold over 200 metres already here in Doha. She'll go from 6. And Sato of Japan in lane 7.
10.
And they get away at the first time of asking, and going through very, very quickly there in lane 6 is Ilse Hayes, and on the inside it's Keita. It's a very tight race, and it looks like Hayes might have just snuck it from Keita on the inside. It is the first 3 who go through. There's no doubt that they have qualified through to the final. 12:53 the time for Ilse Hayes is given officially there. 12:54 for Keita in 2nd place, and it's Ben Harmer in 13:08 who goes through and takes 3rd place. But that was a very, very quick race with nothing separating them whatsoever, Evan O'Hanlon.
Yeah, Ilse Hayes there running at 12:53 to take that out. It's well below her best, but the conditions here quite windy, a -1.1, and it is only a heat this morning, so possibly saving a lot for the final. She looked under pressure, but we know she can go a lot faster than that.
Well, they'll be hoping that the wind does turn around somewhat for the final a little bit later on in the evening session. That is how close it was. 0.01 of a second was in that.
Just looking back then in that last 40 metres, she really was cruising a little bit. I think in the final we'll see her unleash a little bit more speed, because she knew there that 3 automatic qualifiers through to the final, and she was, look how far she is,
well, look
ahead
at
of 4th place there. She knew she was safe.
And look at those 2 at the front. That is how close that was. If we get that in the final, then it may take a little bit of time just to make sure that they're happy with what the time is, but this one they're very happy indeed. Ilse Hayes is of South Africa, 12.53 for her, as she looked to do the double over the 100 and 200 metres. Keita of France in second, and in third place, Sana Benhama of Morocco.
So Brazil dominating the long jump. And a chance of a clean sweep. This is their third-placed athlete, Simplicio de Silva. But that will be a foul. 4.31, she's landed twice. 4.34 is Carlson's bronze medal position for Sweden. Ah, one step too many, that was it. One step too many, and obviously she'd hit the chalk with her non-leaping foot. Good marks prior to that. Carlson hanging on to bronze. Well, we've regularly seen Brazil clean sweeps in the women's sprints in T11. It's not happened here at all this year with the clean sweep from Crete. Might happen in this. Now this is the woman so far denying that. Side markings 4.5, but you have to add a little bit for the chalk as well. The distance from where a toe left the surface. That's obviously reset, re-chalked after every attempt. Over the last two Europeans, only 18 years old. Good prospects, probably for many, many years to come. 4.28 her latest, 4.34 her best. Only 12 centimeters between everything. This is Salvatini Spalladore lying in second place with that lifetime best of 4.75. Centimeters longer, so would overtake her colleague to hit the front. Ooh. Well, she landed well, but then was killed over. I think she got good distance in that. Considering her lifetime best going into this was 4.58. So far this afternoon has been very strong. Just went towards the side in the end, landed fine, and actually her hand went right through. It's collapsible though, thankfully. They'll have to reposition that. 4.58 it is. She stays in second place. Into a headwind again.
They've entered very similar seasonal best times, so look out for these two, including the first three from the heat to qualify for the final.
The second of the women's 100 metres T13 races. In the opener, it was Hayes, Keita and Benhama who went through automatically. Just remembering there's no Elena Gliviova, the 2013 champion of Ukraine, competing in this competition. So in the second semi-final, it's Crosby who won silver over 200 metres, who goes in 3. Couto of Brazil in 4, Baranova of Russia in 5, Dividas of Mozambique in 6, and Pretorius of South Africa in 7. And away they get straight away, and racing out from lane 4 is Couto of Brazil, but on the outside there it's Pretorius of South Africa, but coming through it's Kim Crosby who's going to take it. It's the South African Couto in second place, and it looked like Baranova of Russia has gone through in third. 13.06 is the unofficial time there for Kim Crosby. It is now officially 13.06 for the American. She got across the line. In second did Couto of Brazil in 13.40 and 13.45. It's Russia's Arena Baranova, who claims the third automatic qualification place.
Well, that race there, much slower than the previous heat of Elsa Hayes, but running 13.06 there was Crosby of the US. Minus 3.3 win though, so we've got to keep that in mind because that is a very big headwind to run into, and that does affect the time. So we'll wait to see in the final what will happen when they're both under the same conditions, but I think Elsa might have her number on this one.
Well, another South African finishing fourth, 13.474. Johanna Pretorius, so it may be that she just squeezes in, but it was a much quicker first up heat that was won by Elsa Hayes of South Africa. There is confirmation of the second heat. Crosby going through in 13.06, Kuto in 13.4, Baranova in 13.55, and Pretorius of South Africa does qualify in 13.47 seconds. Minus 3.3 the win. Well, that was something they were running into. And there is the start list for the final in the women's 100 metres T13. The fastest qualifiers, Tomomi Sato of Japan in 13.47, also in 13.47, Johanna Pretorius of South Africa.
Well, the men's club, F51, produced a gold for Serbia and a championship record for Zeljko Dimitrovic, 26.29. It was a continental record, Asian record in second place for Amit Kumar of India, and in third place Milos Mitic of Serbia.
بلغنا المحاولة الرابعة لفائدة الرافعين.
Back to the men's shot put. Mansabayev of Kazakhstan, personal best. Already in this competition, 14.35. This is fourth attempt. Prokhorov still our leader. F46 arm amputee category. Good distance still being achieved in this. Can't use the other arm for leverage. 13 meters 80. Here's Hao Shenbao. Looking for the double. Right now he's looking for a medal. He's in fourth place. Gold in the discus. Silver in this in London 2012. That's a good throw. Does that get him into the medals? 14.76 in round 3, 4 centimeters away from Ibragimov of Ukraine. It's again around the same mark, 14 meters 82. Great progression, as you can see. He's up to third. So now, 2 heats of the women's 100 meters T44. Malu van Rijn going in the second, Marie-Amélie Lefeur the first. But Imgard Suzanne, who last night won silver in the 100 behind Lefeur.
Classes T42 to T47
not starting in this.
Deficiencies. In classes 42 to 44,
Lefeur with that brilliant world record
by amputation
in the 4.
Comparable impairments that result in equivalent activity limitations. Athletes in the 40s classes.
So it's the first 3 who qualified for the final. Marie-Amélie Lefeur, gold with the world record in the 400 meters last night. Gold in the long jump as well. She's the reigning Paralympic Games champion. There's Susi Versace, cousin of Donatella and Gianni, and the Dancing with the Stars champion. Marleen van Ganswinkel of the Netherlands, silver in the long jump.
See how the girls go with the first 3 in each heat.
Dutch will be trying to get 3 into the final. From the United States, Liz Willis, championship debut, born in Cincinnati. Now living in Augusta, Kansas. Marie-Amélie Lefebvre, now a 4-time world champion. She's in 1. Ben Suzanne does not start in 2. Versace 3. Papa Constantino of Canada in 4. Van Ganswinkel 5. Sugar 6. Walsh 7 of Australia. And Willis in 8. First 3, plus the next 2 fastest losers.
Sarah Walsh here, trained by Brett Robbo from Cobar.
So away they go. Lefebvre off very well, and also for the Netherlands, Van Ganswinkel going very well, and Laura Sugar for Great Britain also. But here comes Lefebvre. Lefebvre is going to take a good win for Lefebvre ahead of Van Ganswinkel. And it looked like Papa Constantino moving up into third, 13.85. Great heroics last night with the world record from Marie-Amélie Lefebvre in the 4, 13.85. That's a confirmed time now, minus 2.5. That was the headwind.
13.85 for Marie-Amélie Lefebvre.
Lefebvre there looking good from the gun, getting out in front of the rest and really just powering home across the line. She looked good last night in her world record run in the 400, and I'm actually surprised that she was able to do so well there in the heat, considering that exhausting run that she had last night. Big win there of minus 2.5 also, which plays a big part in these times in the 100 meters. Disappointing for everybody in the 100 meters this morning that the wind isn't blowing a tailwind, because this will slow all the times down by quite a lot.
So victory for Lefebvre, Van Ganswinkel 2nd, Papa Constantino 3rd, and the rest will have to wait. Willis and Sugar 4th and 5th. Such a margin of victory last night. It was looking back to 2nd place. It was Ben Suzanne who was well behind. Priority is always the placings first, and then look back across. Hang on, world record, brilliant world record.
Marie-Amélie Lefebvre already won 2 gold medals here at the championships, and both with world records. Laura Sugar from Great Britain now has 13.55. She'll be looking to challenge lane 1. We'll see how the girls go with the first.
Wyan Long in the shot.
And this is a very close competition indeed between the 3 at the top. And Wyan Long, 15.52. Stays in 2nd position. Well, that man leads, Nikita Prokhorov of Russia. The man who holds the world and championship record. And that's out near the world record, but not quite. 15.69, the championship record set 2 years ago by that man. He's 2 centimeters under it with his 3rd throw here. It is a season best though for Prokhorov. But that there, only 14.95 with his 4th throw, so he doesn't improve on where he is. But he does lead after 4 rounds from Wyan Long and Hao Jianbao in 3rd place. So China 2nd and 3rd after 4 rounds of the men's shot put, F46.
So now the 2nd heat of the women's 100 meters T44, featuring the 200 meters champion, reigning world and European champion also, Malu van Rijn.
Once again for the women's long jump T11.
14.86. It's the fastest losers time at the moment.
So it's all on this. Victoria Carlson of Sweden waiting.
Ready to set up another excellent head-to-head showdown with Marie-Amélie Lefebvre. There's Lexi Youngberg from Los Angeles. It's her championship debut, 22-year-old American.
Up next,
14:41 a lifetime best this year. Madison Wilson Walker from Springfield, Ontario, championship debut for the Canadian as well. April Holmes, bronze at the long jump in 04. She actually won this in Beijing at the Paralympic Games. Marlou Van Rijn looking for the same sprint double as achieved in the last Worlds in Lyon and the Europeans in Swansea 12 months ago. Neoshia Kane of Trinidad and Tobago in lane 5, still 20. Fleur Young, still 19 from the Netherlands, but now bronze medalist in the 200. It's a World Championship debut, and what a debut. Sophie Camlish from Great Britain, she goes in lane 7. And Saki Takakuwa of Japan goes in lane 8. Lifetime best this year of 13:77. Top 3 automatically through to the final. Sophie Camlish 4th in the last World Championships. Bronze in the 200. Finished 5th in the 100. London 2012 did Camlish. Van Rijn in lane 4, Holmes in 3, Young in 6. Top 3 will make it. Lefeur winning the opening semi-final. So away they go. Van Rijn off and running in 4. This is a brilliant start by Kane in 5. Van Rijn having to fight back. She's quite a bit back. She is fighting back. Camlish is leading this. Van Rijn comes back to win in the end. Van Rijn, Camlish. Looks like Kane in the middle as well. 13:34. That was half a second faster. And Van Rijn coming good in the final 40 meters, but she really had to work for that one this morning.
Yeah, Van Rijn there coming through at the end, as we've seen over a number of races in a number of distances. The double amputees do have a slower start, and they do struggle early on to keep up or get that lead on the rest of the field. But powering through over the last 50 meters, she really picked up that speed and just moved in front to pip the rest on the post.
Yeah, Marlou Van Rijn not off to a great start at all, but Kane of Trinidad and Tobago certainly was alongside. Fleur Young, that brilliant result in the 200 meters, leaving her first major championships with a bronze medal. And in the last 40, Van Rijn fighting back. She came up from about 4th place. Fleur Young was well back. Camlish leading for most of it, but overtaken right at the end by Van Rijn. Sets up the final very well. Van Rijn wins it 13:34. Camlish second, 13:53, and Kane in 3rd place, 13:63. Holmes in 4th, Young in 5th, 13:91, 13:93 respectively. I think they'll be okay, actually. I think those two are the ones to go through. Holmes has expressed the displeasure of the way
set back in 1997.
different categories will sometimes be put in the same races.
So Brazil have got the gold.
She will make progress to the final here. Van Rijn winning it in the final 40. Should be some decider.
There she is on your screen. Looks pretty happy with life at the moment. Still waiting for that final mark to come through. Not quite as for 4:55, but it's gold for Brazil, silver for Brazil.
It is indeed. Holmes and Young are the fastest losers. Van Rijn the fastest overall. Lefeur winning her semi-final in the 4th fastest time. It should be quite the decider.
So back to the men's long jump T11.
Simplicio da Silva. Her last chance to get into the medals and make it a Brazilian clean sweep. 4:31 she's achieved twice.
Well, that is a perfect jump from Simplicio da Silva. Fantastic women's long jump T11 final, this one. There it is, her final jump, 396, but she stays outside the medals in 4th position. So Victoria Carlson up for her 6th and final jump. She's in the bronze medal position. Can she lift herself into silver though? Some work to do to get there. She needs more than 30 centimetres to get up there into 2nd position, does Victoria Carlson. Well, she hits the board nicely. She has some work to do if she wants to get into silver. She's got the bronze. That is a very, very nice run off and take off as well. Absolutely perfect. But she remains in 3rd position, so that is a bronze medal for Sweden.
We've also got from Germany in lane 3, the fastest this year, Felix Strang. Please be quiet for your starter.
Back to the track, the men's 100 metres T44 opening heat. The first 3 to go through. The next 2 fastest will qualify as per what we saw in the women's 100 metres T44. Alan Oliveira, silver over 200 already, is in this race. Richard Brown, the man who won 200 and set the world record only a few days ago, he'll go for 100 in his 2nd. It's Merrill of the USA who gets away in lane 2, but getting away very fast indeed. It is the man from South Africa, Malongo, who gets away, but the German athlete on the inside, Felix Strang, who was silver in 2014 at the Europeans, he takes the win. It is South Africa who takes 2nd through Malongo, and on the inside there, it looks like Alan Oliveira has got through for 3rd place, the Brazilian. So they will qualify automatically. A little bit slow getting away, Alan Oliveira. And when he got going, he was into his stride, but he'll take 3rd place. It's Strang who gets across and takes the win in the end. Very, very tight indeed. Oliveira in 3rd place. There's nothing separating all 3 at the top there. And Merrill of the USA goes through in 4th.
Yeah, I'm not surprised there that Strang was able to come over the top of most of that, of all of that field, and take out that heat. He's been an up-and-coming athlete for a couple of years now. We've seen him earlier this year run quite fast. Alan Oliveira, typically the slow start of the double amputees again, but unable to come through with that top speed that we've known from him. He's got a much faster PB than that. I think he'll be very disappointed. I think maybe he's a little bit out of shape for these championships.
Well, Oliveira did get going eventually. In the end, he takes 3rd place in 11.88. Malongo, who looked the goods until the last few metres, 11.78. And Felix Strang really finishing strongly. The man who won silver in the Europeans last year in 11.65.
It's been a fantastic battle between Ukraine and China for the bronze medal. It's gone the way of Ukraine because that was their last throw. So Ukraine definitely get the bronze. Who's going to get the gold? It's between Russia and China.
Rounding off the women's long jump, Brazil 1 and 2, but in what order? 30 centimetres needed by Salvatini Spoladore of Brazil, the 19-year-old, in order to wrest the gold away from her fellow Brazilian, Silvânia Costa de Oliveira. And she's aborted it. It'll be a foul, and it will be silver for this talented youngster. She had a good chance of gold. Makes her a live contender for Rio, certainly. Victoria Carlson of Sweden has the bronze medal. Brazil with 3 of the top 4 positions. Silvânia Costa de Oliveira, as a result of this moment, is the world champion. Was a wayward last jump, you might remember, which wouldn't have helped, although it was still a 4:58. So 2 flags that are red and a medal that is silver. Silvana Costa de Oliveira, championship record, broke the 21-year-old mark, and that's as old as a championship record could be. That was the first World Championships in '94. IPC Athletics not far behind the IAAF. Their first World Championships was 1983. 5:04, 5:02.
Double success for Brazil. There's the replay of the takeoff. Beautifully positioned. The guy gets out of the way.
Well, her best finish in the World Championship long jump before was 6th. But now she is the world champion. Finally, she can celebrate. She's reached the end of the competition, and she's finished in first place. Again, very good, consistent jumping. In the most part, brilliant delight in this T11 competition. And Brazil so close to sweeping the boards. Only 13 centimeters away from that in the end. Carlson did improve with her last jump. But Silvana Costa de Oliveira, the world champion, record makes her the world champion. 5 meters 04. It's a superb success. Great competition for Brazil. T11 long jump has to be as difficult a competition as you get here. So Brazil 1, 2, and 4. Silvana Costa de Oliveira with the gold, championship record. Lorena Salvatini Spoladore, the silver for Brazil, and Victoria Carlson, the bronze for Sweden. Simplicio de Silva for Brazil. Finland 5th and 6th through Oya and Monti.
So there he is, Richard Brown. Look at him dancing away. He's got some moves, hasn't he? Perhaps he could teach me a thing or two. He's won gold already over 200 metres. He's now going for gold over the 100 in the opening men's 100 metres T44. This is their second heat. The first 3 qualifiers to go through. Fure of South Africa, who goes in 1. Malone of New Zealand in 2. Fernandez of the Ivory Coast in 3. Hertog of Netherlands, the silver medalist in long jump, will go in 4. David Berra of Germany, gold over 400, goes in 5. Peter Weiler of Sri Lanka goes in 6. Saitis of Greece in 7. And Brown is in lane 8. And it is Brown who gets away very quickly indeed. He's taken the lead on the outside, but across on the far side, he looks across as Anu Fure, who's also there, but Brown takes it from Fure. And I think it might have been the New Zealander, Liam Malone, who got across in 3rd place there. Very tight between him and the Greek out in lane 7 in Saitis. Brown in 11.25 takes the win. 11.41 for Fure of South Africa in 2nd place. A minus 3.2 headwind there down the straight though. So that is certainly affecting the times this morning in this session. 11.82, it is Saitis, the Greek athlete, who takes it, and Malone, who comes in 4th place in 11.85.
Yeah, very interesting there. Richard's been speaking a lot about the fact that he's been working on his start and he thinks he's finally got it together. But Fury from South Africa down the outside, his name's Fury, but he ran with fury from the start. He came out like a bullet, and I think he was actually in front of Brown until maybe 20 metres to go. But there we see Brown having fun, smiling, and just checking the competition out.
Well, I think he always had the measure of Fury across there. He looked a couple of times. He looked once around the 50-metre mark, so he knew exactly what he was up against, and he's got a bit more in the tank, does Richard Brown. We had a chat with him in the past couple of days, didn't we, here up in the commentary box, and he was very, very confident indeed, and that's why 11.25 winning in the 2nd heat in the men's 100 metres T44. Furry in second, Saitis in third, and Liam Malone qualifiers from New Zealand in fourth place in 11.85 seconds. So Malone goes through as one of the fastest qualifiers. Trenton Merrill of the USA, who ran in the opening heat, also goes through as a fastest qualifier. But at the top there, Richard Brown going for gold in the 100 metres to add to the two, 11.25 in first place.
Cheers for Malone there. This is Hao Zhenbao in the men's shot put, trying to get a golden double. It's not been the same success as he's had in the discus, where he won that title. Trying to get into the medals here at the moment. 15.03 in the fifth round. So an improvement of 2 centimetres.
Well away out of the blocks. Lane 1 is the world record holder, but it's not going to be lane 1. He crosses the line
We've seen him rise up to silver, but bronze for now, 14.56. China second and third for the moment. This is Ukraine and Bragomov.
South Africa also making his qualification for the final
His best so far is 14 metres 80.
There you go, up on the board, Felix Strain, his qualification time and the longer.
It's 25 centimetres and thereabouts, quarter of a metre in order to get up into the medals and
athletes that will
displace
qualify for the
Ho.
final tonight.
That was his last throw. A chance to, if you like, copper fasten his position in the medals and maybe get higher. That's how far he is away. 15.03 the target. So,
3 puts left.
Bragomov.
This is the man currently in 4th place.
Bronze in the
So
discus.
he's out of the medals at the moment. This is,
Has he done enough?
Dmitry Ibragimov. He's been fighting this battle with Hao Zhenbao.
He is the European champion.
China.
Silver at the last Worlds.
He's
won the last 2 European titles.
3 in round number 5. We're looking to see if Ibragimov can answer that.
And has Ibragimov done enough? He has. 15.05. He's left his best to last. It was a 25 centimetre improvement, and he goes into 3rd place.
So the final 2 heats of the morning session on the track. The women's 100 metres T35. Conditions are hot, and they're getting hotter. In lane 3 from Australia, Carly Salmon. Not to be confused with that great singer from years ago, Carly Simon. Lu Ping will go in 4, gold in 2012 in London, and bronze at the last championships in 2013. Oksana Corso, the championship record holder from a couple of years ago in Lyon, she'll go in 5. Kibble of Poland in 6. Maria Lyle, European champion, will go in lane 7. And Suzanne Arenal of the USA will go in the outside lane in lane 8.
Carly Salmon here was hit and miss whether she'd compete. She's been in a bit of pain with her lower legs. Her shin's been giving her a bit of grief, but she's also wearing that black armband, which she, after getting over here to Doha, only found out once she was here that her grandfather had actually passed. So it would seem she's running for him today.
Well, with a yellow flag up there just waiting for the athletes to get ready. Well, there's a break there. Look at Maria Lyle out there in lane 7. She's already taken silver in the 200 metres. She's the European champion. We'll just have to wait and see. They've been quite harsh on anything. But that is a green card given for Maria Lyle. So the athletes will step up yet again.
They do give a little bit of lenience in these lower cerebral palsy classes with the start due to the fact that some athletes can't control some of their twitches.
Well, you'll see some who are from the crouching position and some standing. 4 athletes in this of 16 years of age. That's a false start, though.
This time we get the
A very young group here competing in this heat, so experience may play a big part because we've already had one unsteady start, one false start. The nerves are starting to get to them.
Well, that is lane 8. That is Suzanne Arenal out in lane 8. So this could be tragedy for the American as we wait for the card to come out.
One false start on your round. That false start attributed to Suzanne Arenal, and she is DQ.
And that is a red card. So disqualification for Suzanne Arenal of the United States. Disappointment on her face. And who would want to be a judge at times? So we now only have 5 athletes left in this race. In lane 7 now been the outside Maria Lyle of Great Britain, but they are away. And it is Maria Lyle who gets away to a very fast start there in lane 7, the European champion. In second place at the moment is Oksana Corso, who's going to go through and take second place. But that's a quick time, 14.58. That's a new championship record for Maria Lyle of Great Britain, taking the championship record which was held from 2 years ago by the lady who finished in second place, Oksana Corso. 14.57. That championship record has been rounded up to Maria Lyle in first place. Corso goes through in 15.57 to take second, and 16.45 seconds for Kibble of Poland.
So championship record there, but will it last for very long? We've got the world record holder coming up in the next fan, Isis Holt. Carly Salmon there coming home last in that race, but we're looking very painful. I could almost feel the pain in her shins just watching her run. Her hips were getting very low, and you could just see that it was hurting.
Well, it's been a tough time for Carly Salmon in the last week or so, but she's offering her congratulations there to the winner, Maria Lyle of Great Britain, in a new championship record of 14.57 seconds. Oksana Corso, the former champion, in 15.57 for her, going through in second place, and Kibble of Poland in 16.45, third.
Silver at the moment for 15.52.
So we return to the climax of the men's shot put. Yan Long, lying in second place, needs to improve by 15 centimetres and get closer to that world record line, and it had to be a bit closer than that. So Prokhorov will take the gold for Russia. Came noticeably closer to the world record line than he holds.
Gold medal position.
15.69 from the World Championships 2 years ago.
It doesn't matter, it's 15.06. So Yan Long of China takes the silver medal.
Silver in the discus, and now silver in the shot put. And here is our 2 in a row world champion. He's the Paralympic Games champion as well, Nikita Prokhorov of Russia. Can he round off with a high? Can he round off with a new world record? 15.67 is best so far. Oh, he put a lot into that again. He is bombarded that line. 15.67, the only mark that was better by Y in the end.
He wins the men's shot put F46.
But it was enough. Third round in which he came up with that 15.67, and Prokhorov retains his world title for Russia. Y with the silver medal for China.
So here we go, the last race of the morning session, the second heat in the women's 100 metres T35. Gold in the 200 for Isis Holt. World record earlier in the year in this event in Brisbane back in March of 14.16. She goes in lane 3. Luxova of the Czech Republic will go next to her in 4. Miktina of Ukraine will go in lane 5. Timmer of the Netherlands in 6. McLaughlin of Canada, bronze in 2012 and silver in 2013. She'll go in 7. And Brianna Coop, a 1-2 for Australia, covering the inside and the outside lanes. She will go in lane 8. And away they get, and it is the girl on the inside, Isis Holt, who won gold over 200 metres, who gets away very quickly indeed. Just have a look at this championship record. It may well go in here. World record may even go in this one. 14.20 seconds. She is just outside the world record she set earlier this year, which was 14.16. But that is a new championship record for Isis Holt at 14.19 seconds.
Strong headwind, minus 1.9. If that wasn't there, the world record surely would have gone.
It would have at that. And Isis Holt, if she gets the right conditions later on today, she may well get that world record. It's Coop in second place, who comes through in a time of 16.11 seconds. So an Australian 1-2, Evan O'Hanlon in that race.
Yes, and what a way to finish the first session of this day. Australia 1-2, Isis Holt cruising above the rest. I called it earlier, championship record in the previous heat, and I said, wait for Isis Holt to run. This could be another championship record. She's going to lower it again, and she did. I'm sure all the girls down there at Melbourne Girls Grammar School have got their live stream going and listening to us, Tolson.
Well, 14.19 is a new championship record for Isis Holt. Brianna Coop in second place there with a lifetime best of 16.11. And Bianca Timmer of the Netherlands, also a lifetime best, 16.48 for her.
So championship record in the first heat, championship record in the second heat. This should be interesting in the final. It will be a very, very interesting race.
And there we go, the two qualifiers to go through. Lu Ping from the opening race, and Virginia McLaughlin, who went through in 4th place in the second heat of the women's 100 metres T35. That will be some final when it takes place a little later on.
2.7 seconds between the top 8.
Nikita Prokhorov retains his men's shot put world title, 15 metres 67, 15 centimetres clear of Wai Long of China, with Dmitry Obragimov, the European champion of Ukraine, in 3rd.
Don't forget, we still have 3 medal ceremonies to take place here. If you haven't seen the medal ceremonies at the IPC Athletics World Championships, do make sure you stay with us. And you can reward the athletes who've given you such great entertainment this morning.
It's been a lovely morning here. Not too hot for a lot of it, but the heat intensifying now. Lots of action in the afternoon to come. We'll have 23 titles decided. Men's 400 metres T37, followed by T38 on the track, the women's 100 T13, men's T35. Lots in the field as well. 12 field titles decided today.
And what will be interesting is what the wind does a little later on. Into the athletes' faces in the home straight. It will affect the 100 metre finals, which are taking place. The women's T44, Isis Holt will be going for a world record in that.
5:18. There's the one to watch for that. The women's 100 T44. And the fair. Women's 100 T35. 45. And the rounds off tonight around 10 p.m. with the opening round of the women's 800 metres T11.
Kim Crosby, she ran fantastically, and no doubt some very good pictures taken of her. Some brilliant T11 action happening on the track and also in the field. And we have some medal ceremony action to finish our morning off. But if you want to get in contact on Twitter, this is how you do it. At IPC Athletics or hashtag Doha 2015, or you can even use the hashtag Beyond Incredible. There it is. Brilliant work indeed. Three medal ceremonies to finish off the morning session. The women's discus throw F55, the women's shot put F36, and the women's long jump T11. So here we are, the standings and how they look. China still on top, 62, 32 of those gold. Russia in second place with 17 gold, 50 medals altogether. The United States of America in third. Great Britain now in fourth with 10 gold medals. Poland and Tunisia are in sixth position.
Yeah, China put a lot of emphasis on these games of being less than a year to Rio. As a result, 32 gold medals and 62 overall. It's been an amazing dominance. Russia with 17. Picking up the latest through Prokhorov. United States and Great Britain with 10 gold medals each. And a lot more to be decided tonight, where we'll have 23 titles decided overall. And the medal ceremonies will be getting underway shortly to round off the day's action. We've got 3 of them coming. The T35 final later should be really interesting because obviously Isos Holt into a headwind, coming within 300ths of a second of the world record that she broke in Brisbane in March. Oksana Corso, the world champion, Rielau, the European champion. That could be very, very fast indeed in a very special race. Gold in the 2. World records for Holt in the 1 and the 2. Of course, the T44 also that we saw. Van Rijn with the victories. Van Rijn taking a while to get into her stride, but she bolted through very well, and that'll be another interesting final. Both those finals are tonight. Huge amount to look forward to. It's the last morning session. Witzel with another excellent win. Cuba with 6 gold medals, enjoying a great week here. Lafare with her victory in her semi-final. And now the medal ceremonies getting underway to round off the final morning session of Doha 2015.
Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for the women's discus F55.
F55 women's discus, which finished very late last night. And it's one of our perennially great champions who finished on top again.
The medals and flowers will be presented by Tarek Sui, technical delegate of the Doha 2015 IPC Athletics World Championships, and Abdul Qadir Al-Matawa, Assistant Secretary General of the Qatari Paralympic Committee. Winner of the bronze medal, representing Germany, Marie Hawksworth.
Same as what we saw earlier in the week. Marie Hawksworth picks up her second medal of the week. It's a bronze here for the discus. Silver wasn't a shot put
Winner of the
behind
silver medal, representing the People's Republic of China, Dong
Feisha of China. Very valuable silver medal.
gold medalist and IPC Athletics World Champion.
الفائزة بالميدالية الذهبية وبطلة العالم لألعاب القوى ذوي الإعاقة.
Representing Germany, Marianne Bugenhagen.
Marianne Bugenhagen has done it again. This is her 13th World Championship gold medal. 4 golds in the 1992 Barcelona Paralympics. 9 Paralympic golds overall.
Ladies and gentlemen,
And the reigning European champion also.
Germany.
Retains the world title. It's the German anthem.
IPC Athletics World Championship medalists.
This is the 7th IPC Athletics World Championships. Marianne Bugenhagen has been the discus champion at 6 of them. Silver in 2002, gold in the rest. The very first televised Paralympic Games were Barcelona 92, and she won 4 golds there. 2 in Atlanta, 1 each in Sydney and Athens, 1 in London. Didn't actually finish top of the podium in London. It's Beijing where she has her last title. Brilliant champion, keeps coming back for more.
باسم اللجنة المنظمة نقدم الشكر لكل الداعمين الرسميين لبطولة العالم لألعاب القوى لذوي الإعاقة الدوحة 2015.
On behalf of the organising committee, thank you to the official supporters of the Doha 2015 IPC Athletics World Championships.
2 more medal ceremonies to come before we wrap up the morning session. Women's shot put F36 and the women's long jump T11, both taking place earlier this morning here in Doha. Day 8 of 10 of the IPC Athletics World Championships. And I think we're just about ready for the next medal ceremony.
Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for the women's shot put F36.
السيدات والسادة الصالات الإفري ونفسات رمي الورقة F36 السيدات.
So here we are, the women's shot put F36 final.
Winner of the bronze medal,
فائزة بالميدالية البرونزية.
Won by the
representing the Russian Federation,
championship and world record holder, Wu Qing of China. But in third place, Ida Bronskaya of Russia. 862 for her. That came in her 5th throw. All 6 throws were legal, but her 5th was her best, and she picks up bronze. In silver medal position, Kaya Malchik of Ukraine. 851 with her first, 863 with her second, 906 with her third, and her best coming on the 4th, going up every time, 921. She couldn't beat it in the 5th and the 6th attempts, but she does pick up the silver medal. But it's another gold for China. Wu Qing with a season best of 10:07. She didn't get up there to the mark she set 2 years ago in Lyon when she managed 10:43. In London back in 2012, she managed 10:64. The Paralympic champion and world champion from China, Wu Qing, as we await the national anthem of China.
السيدات والسادة السلام الوطني لجمهورية الصين الشعبية.
Ladies and gentlemen, your IPC Athletics World Championship medalists.
السيدات والسادة صاحبات الميداليات بطلات العالم.
So Russia with bronze, Ukraine with silver, and China yet again with gold. Wu Qing, the Olympic and world champion, Paralympic champion from 2012, world champion from 2013 and defended that championship here in 2015.
تود اللجنة المنظمة لبطولة العالم لألعاب القوى لذوي الإعاقة الدوحة 2015 أن تقدم الشكر لشركائها الرسميين.
The Doha 2015 IPC Athletics World Championships Organising Committee would like to thank their official partners. Allianz.
So one more medal ceremony on the morning session on day 8. This is the final morning session of these championships, 4 in total. Day 9 and 10, just afternoon and evening sessions. 5 finals in this morning session. There'll be 23 finals taking place in the afternoon and evening session, which gets underway at 4 o'clock local time.
Thanks to all for their support of the Doha 2015 IPC Athletics World Championships.
That will be 1300 GMT. And going through to a finish around 10:30 local time here in Doha later on. So the final medal ceremony of the 3 in the morning session, and this one, the women's long jump T11. The most visually impaired of the T11 through to 13 category, a complete blindfold required.
Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for the women's long jump F11.
And the jumpers are aided by a guide who helps bring them in for their jump. A wider jumping area for the T11 category. And it's Brazil 1-2 in this, with Sweden taking the bronze medal.
Representing Sweden, Victoria Karlsson.
This will move Brazil up to 12th in the table as they head towards the Paralympic Games in Rio de Janeiro next year. But in 3rd place, Sweden and Victoria Karlsson. Her best jump was in her last attempt. 4:34 in her second effort. She was in bronze medal position going in to the final round, but she improved on it by 10 centimetres for good measure and takes the bronze. Brazil then takes silver with Lorena Salvatini Spoladore. Is she copying the Teresina Guillermina dance? She hasn't had the greatest of games, has Teresina. A new guide here at these games. But that lady is very happy indeed. A new lifetime best as well of 4.75 metres. But Brazil take first through Silvania Costa de Oliveira. And that is a championship record holder. 5.04. Breaking the long-standing record of purification Ortiz, which was set in Berlin way back in 1994. That was 5.00. 5.04 breaks it by 4 centimetres. But the Spaniard Ortiz does still hold the world record set in 1997. Time now for the national anthem of Spain. of course, the national anthem of Brazil, getting my Spanish and Portuguese mixed up there. We're talking about Purificación Ortiz, who holds the world record still. But it's Brazil with the anthem in first and second position. And Sweden with the bronze medal. Well, it's been a windy morning, and the athletes on that long jump track had the wind into their face, as well as the runners coming around into the home straight in the longer races of 800, 400, 200 or 100. But that has been a brilliant morning for Brazil. We have more to come in the afternoon. 23 finals taking place. Join us at 4 o'clock here in Doha. From me, Tolson Tollett, Will Downing and Emino Hanlon. Till then, bye-bye.
Possible. It's called the energy within. BP is proud to help Paralympians discover theirs.